Welcome to Airborne on staugustine.com and 88.5 FM, Flagler College Radio. We have a special guest with us today. I want to welcome to Airborne and our viewers, Suzanne Tonkinson. Suzanne is a yoga instructor right here in St. Augustine. Welcome to Airborne.
Thank you. It's my pleasure to be here.
You've been teaching yoga for some years now. I've taken your class several times. I'm one of the biggest fans of your class, and I'm now proud to say I'm practicing yoga just about every morning when I can. And the class that I think has been so instrumental is Yoga Basics. It's called Yoga Basics. And I was wondering if you could explain for our viewers Yoga Basics, a little bit behind it.
I'd love to. Yoga Basics is actually one of my favorite classes to teach because it's an 8-week program where I get to break down specific postures, some of the basic postures of a certain set of them each week, and go over alignment and help people accommodate themselves, their own bodies, with the yoga postures. They're very basic, and there's a lot of different alignment issues that we cover, as well as some breath techniques and learning relaxation. And I believe it's my favorite because it gives the students an opportunity to ask questions, to stop if they're having a little difficulty with something and find a solution. In a lot of different yoga classes, you don't have the opportunity to interrupt class and ask a question. But with Yoga Basics, the students become the teachers as well. We create a collective experience together, which is a lot of fun.
It is a lot of fun, and something that I've recommended to many people over the years, and that's because, as you had said, it's broken down. You get a chance to observe, explain, describe, then the class gets to try it, and then you allow everybody to sit back down and share their experience, which is very valuable. One can't do that with a DVD, can
That's
one?
true.
You can't.
And even in some classes, there's a sense of mindfulness in a class, and when a teacher starts a class, you're following, and you might, in the middle of a class, have a question about your own body, but you wouldn't feel comfortable asking that in the middle of a regular yoga class. But in Yoga Basics, you're encouraged to do so.
Quite frankly, anyone can practice yoga. Can you explain a little bit about how any body type, any age, you name it?
I think what I come across most as a yoga instructor is some of the fears that people have. They expect you have to be a Gumby in order to do yoga, or they see postures where people are twisted into pretzel-like positions or very strengthening postures. And the truth is, that's not the basis of yoga. And you and I, sitting here on the couch, have our own strengths and our vulnerabilities in this moment, and everybody brings that to the practice. Their own personal strengths and their own personal vulnerabilities. And yoga is a practice that accommodates all people, all body types, and there's a lot of different variations of the postures and things that you can do to make the postures fit your body. Deva Parnell, who owns Discovery Yoga, has a wonderful quote that it's a philosophy of the studio and of yoga, that yoga's not imposing a form on your body, but it's discovering yourself through the form. So it's not about forcing you into any kind of position, it's about becoming aware of yourself through the movements.
As you had described, I remember in one of your classes, you're not supposed to fit the form.
Right.
The form is supposed to fit you.
Exactly.
What a difference in perspective that makes when it comes to success in practicing. Again,
Correct.
Another Suzanneism I remember is if you're grimacing, that's not yoga.
Yeah, this face is not yoga. And, a lot of people are stiff. They'll also tell me,
Right.
I'm not flexible. I can't do yoga. Like, well, that's the purpose of yoga. Come in and start where you are
Right.
and become more flexible. It's an opportunity to gain flexibility and strength as well as balance and just overall health. A lot of people will come into Yoga Basics with injuries, but we really try to focus on what the body can do and take the focus off of what it can't do.
It's more than an exercise. It's the mind-body connection. As I've described it to others, it's meditation and movement at the same time.
At the same time, correct. An opportunity to be inside your body. We call on our bodies to do things for us all day long, lifting and small motor skills and large motor skills, but how often are we really present? And in yoga practice, you're present with the movement. You're listening and allowing it to be an internal experience, and the mind softens around the breath connects the mind with the body. And in my years of teaching, what I've found is often most beneficial to people is not even the postures themselves, but learning to relax in the final posture, which is the corpse pose.
Yeah.
Because a lot of people they've never had the opportunity to learn how to let go of their stress, to relax, and to really relax deeply.
We usually lie down to fall asleep, but in your class we fall awake.
Oh, beautiful. Yes, we do. We fall awake.
That's something that I so enjoy about the experience is it's sort of a guided imagery you basically take the class through as well towards the end. Isn't that
Yes.
during the corpse pose?
And that's something for myself, even practicing yoga for years. I love to be guided in relaxation. It's something that if I try to relax at home by myself, it's much more difficult than when you're guided into the process of release and you know that you're safe and you can really relax deeply. It's more beneficial to your body to have just a few moments of full release than it is an entire restless night's sleep.
That's a fact. For our viewers who might want to learn more, where's the best way they can contact you, perhaps if they have questions or where you practice? Can you share that with us?
Well, Yoga Basics is offered at www.discoveryyoga.com, at Discovery Yoga, but you can get us on the web there. And you can look at the course itself, how it's laid out, and any other information you can get from the website.
And terrific, and that's sort of on a revolving calendar, isn't it? It's sort of 8 weeks.
It is. We go 8 weeks, and we go 8 weeks, and as soon as we finish that graduation class, then we move into the next week. So there's opportunities to make up classes if you miss, because it's difficult to make an 8-week commitment for some people, but it all works out that they get all of the classes in. And I also encourage people to try many studios and many different types of yoga. Sometimes I hear, I went to a yoga class once 3 years ago and I didn't like it. And it's like trying on a pair of shoes that doesn't fit.
Right.
Go to a lot of different studios, and if you have a bad experience, get a second experience or a third experience.
Exactly. Don't give up, because there's different approaches out there, aren't there? Well, great.
Yes.
Suzanne, I hope you can come back and we can delve into the subject in a little more detail. Today was a little bit of just an overview and yoga basics. It's my hope that it encourages viewers to take that first step and to give it a try, and it's open for them in this format that you've described. But again, it's a big subject, and I think it'd be great to discuss it in more detail.
That would be great.
In the future. I hope you can come back.
I would enjoy that.
Great. Well, we've been speaking with Suzanne Tonkinson. She's a yoga instructor right here in St. Augustine at Discovery Yoga, and you've been Airborne with Matt Jeffs on 88.5 FM. and staugustine.com, bringing interesting people to your world so you can stay dialed into your community and the folks who make it tick. See you next time.